Well, welcome back, everybody, to Tulum Magazine. This is the show where we talk to movers and shakers in Tulum and those who have transformed their lives or are in the middle of transforming their lives. And today, I'm really excited for you to meet Jasmine P Green.
Thank you so much for having me, Yoli.
Welcome.
For sure.
So I always ask people, when was the first time you heard about Tulum?
Okay, so this is funny. So let's go back to 2021. So my girlfriend and I, we got here. That's when I left the United States, 2021 in August. So we were in Playa del Carmen, and she wanted to do something special for my birthday. So I didn't know what it was. She just said, we're going to get on the 80,
Right.
and we're going to go somewhere. And I was like, cool. So we're here in Tulum, and we get down to the beach, and it was just absolutely magical. So that was like my first ever experience. Yeah, I'm starting to blush because I'm like, she really did a thing. But yeah.
How did you find yourself in Mexico?
So, well, we finna tell it all up here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be making reference to her quite a bit because she's a part of this whole entire, like, why I'm even out of the United States, period. So we met. She was like, look, you need to get your passport. I want you to travel the world with me. Long story short, I say yes.
Right.
Like, low-key proposal type stuff. But I was like, all right, I'll do it. But she wanted to go to Thailand.
Right.
And it's my first time ever out the country. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to be able to go all the way over there.
Right.
So can we... what's the nearest next door?
Let's ease into it.
Yeah, I need to ease into this, man. So she was like, okay, Mexico. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mexico, right? Like, I've done a cruise before. It ended up in, the Yucatan. So I was like, yeah, man. So now we're in Mexico.
And at what point did you decide you were going to stay in Mexico?
There was really not this is what we're going to do. We were like, let's keep it going. So we left from Mexico, went to the United Kingdom, went through Germany, went through France. It was really nice.
Okay.
Left the UK, went to the Dominican Republic, and was there for like 8 months. And then it was like, you know what? It's a certain feeling we want to feel.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Tulum. We remember feeling so good because like Playa and Tulum has two total different energies.
Yeah.
And we never once said, oh, let's go back to Playa. It was like, oh, Tulum is it.
So what is it? Because, a lot of people who'll be watching this, they've heard about Tulum. They see Tulum on Instagram.
Yeah.
They've heard good and bad. For you, what was that feeling? Like, what is it if you had to try and describe it?
I had to try. And see, you know it. That's why you worded it like that. It's in the air. It's just in the air. It's like this expansive, highly energetic, like you can, like if you have an intention and a thought in your head, you can manifest it here just like that. Like that's what it's given, that type of air of just beingness.
Yeah.
And you get to choose that state of what that is. And it's gonna manifest whatever you choose. So I have a interesting mishap that happened to me when I first got here, and I think I know I told you about it. I got here and my freaking MacBook was just into thin air. All right, we ain't gonna get to how that went down, but
disappeared as in stolen, or it blew up, or it just like it was left on the ADO. Like,
come on, man. Okay, so we just flown in from freaking Canada. We just flown in for us a 7-hour flight over from London to Canada, and then a 5-hour from Canada to here.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. Everybody's thirsty. We're sleepy. I don't even know if I'm on planet. I don't know. But my backpack, unfortunately, got left behind in a taxi.
Man.
And they wasn't trying to like. No. So that was it.
And this was when you were coming back to Tulum.
Night one before we
Tulum will haze you,
bro.
It will haze you.
I'm over here getting a little triggered, you heard? Because that was wild. I said, wow.
So this was the start of
the start of it.
Yeah.
The start of it. Coming after we said, because of course, like to give you guys some context in terms of timeline. Because when you in this travel life, it's just you think it, you go, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
We came back in November 2022, went to the UK for the holidays, stayed there for like 6 weeks, came back to Tulum in February on the 1st, and that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so were you thinking, screw this, I'm out of here?
Listen.
Or what were you?
Yeah, I was like, bro, I don't know if I'm going to keep it G, you feel me? I'm going to keep it G rated. But I was like, bump it, I'm out. Like, same, the next day I was looking at Vietnam. I said, you know what, F it. I'm going to go to Vietnam. I want to leave now because, wow, and I never want to get into a taxi again. I never, ever want to, ever again after that. I was so sad, devastated.
But you stayed.
I did.
And recovered.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say, you know, you're probably one of the hardest working people I see consistently.
Wow, thank you.
Tell us a little bit. I know you can't give away everything, but tell us a little bit about, you know, how is it that you go from being never having left the U.S. to like traveling all over the world, and then now, you know, working on your businesses. You know, who's Jasmine P Green, and what are you building here in Tulum?
You know, wow, right? So let me just start with the very first thing you said, just like, how did I even get to this point of leaving out?
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done it by myself. Yeah. I had another human say, let's go do this together. And luckily for me, she's been doing it for 10, 11, I think 12 years. Yeah. Maybe even longer than that. That's been her spirit. She kind of sprinkled some onto me. Right. And here I am, right? It was very scary. Your creature comforts, like the smells are different in the air. You hear different things. You see different types of people. It's just so different. Right. I don't regret it. I want to say that I don't regret it. Sometimes you can feel like, oh man, you know, I miss it. Sometimes I want to see a fire truck. Yeah. Sometimes I want to see like a red light with a crossing thing on it to let me know it's okay, versus like a bump, and then we all looking like, are you gonna? Can I? Like, is it? You know what I mean? So it's been very interesting. So yeah, I want to start with that. Yeah. And the last thing, like, who am I? So I've been really. Since 2019, I have been a full-time entrepreneur, and I know in the grand scheme of things that isn't a long time. My business really took off during the pandemic. You know, they say when tragic happens, or you know, recessions create millionaires. Like, that's kind of the vibe, you know, here. I was an online coach at the time, and I worked with people, helping them to like create big results in their own coaching business, like sales, you know. Really, if you have to put me in a box, you'll be like, oh, she's a sales coach, she's a business coach. Right. But it turns out that I'm like this magical fairy that helps you tap into your potential. Like, I just had this way of like getting into the person, building them, and then that built the business. So I'm not gonna lie to you, when I left the United States in 2021, just want to make sure we keep that into perspective here. I just stopped. I literally, it was kind of like, all right, y'all, I'm retired now. I had no intention in going back. I was investing in crypto. Like, I had other things going, but I didn't want to necessarily do that anymore. Like, the calling, it expired on that. And I set out on this journey, this uncomfortable ass journey of what is next. Right. So months go by, a couple years go by. Here we are now in 2023, and I have I don't know when you're going to air this, you know, so I don't know, like soon. Okay. Well, building out this platform, right? You guys come follow me and find me on the internet, you know, so you guys can see who it is. They can follow you now, right? Yeah, they can follow me right now, for sure. So building out this platform where I can literally take what I have inside of me and disperse it to multi-millions of people at once. Like, that was my goal. Like, how can I take what I have? Because I feel like everybody should be able to have a chance to get into that potential. Like, how do we tap into that? But I can't exhaust myself doing the one-on-one thing. Yeah. So I found a way to just like multiply myself, and be working on that. So it'll be launching soon. Be exciting. I'm excited to do a follow-up interview with you when you launch, because I think people are going to be able to see a lot of value in what you're building. Thank you. There's going to be a lot of people who watch this who are just like, you know, maybe they're stuck in their country and they're like,
I wonder what it's like to work abroad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Build a team remotely.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you are one of the people who I can always count on to be like, have you seen this new tool? Or here's a new productivity hack. You know, maybe just talk a little bit about how do you work remotely? What are some of the things that you've kind of had to build into your routine? Or
This is a good question. This is such a good question, because having a workflow, aka routine, is really what's going to do it. Because if you live like a true freedom lifestyle, like my lifestyle is it's just, I can wake up and do nothing if I wanted to, or I can wake up and do everything or anything that I wanted to. And so when you leave the United States, and you know how it works over there, like 9 to 5, you know, morning, you get up, you make moves, by the evening you're done. You don't have that same influence when you move, especially to the jungle. Like, come on. Yeah. You know, everything you don't even know what time it is or what day it is sometimes. Right. So what's really helped me is to be very involved with Google Calendar. Yeah. I have set themes on each day of the week. Like Monday is business development, and I have a block of time for when I do things. Yeah. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, same effect, whether that's what is it? Media and interviews. I know today's a Saturday. Yeah. And we had that outage. That was weird, right? Yeah. That outage, power outage this week. So I just basically theme my days, and I am very strict with the boundaries of when I start and when I stop to create that balance. Managing a team remotely, so I have team members literally all over the world. There's 11 of us right now. Yeah. We got representation from the Philippines, Pakistan, Kenya, Africa, the United States. I have a couple members in the United States, and so I have really made it a point to, in my organization, to be meeting free. Okay. All right. And some people be like, yo, how do you run a business without a meeting? But I will say I do hold meetings with my project managers. Like, that's important. But anyone else, we just basically have a system where if you have a question, let's use Loom, let's use voice notes, bullet point it, and so we can directly get to it, because it may be 2:00 in the morning for me when it's 2 p.m. for you. I see. And that alignment can be challenging. So they'll just record a video with their question. They can show you whatever it is they're working on, and then you can respond. Correct. Awesome. Correct. Awesome. So that's been helpful. Because the truth is, you don't come out here and tap into this lifestyle to become a slave again. Yeah. Like, you don't want to feel like you're bogged down and heavy with work. But you can be very successful if you just create a workflow. Yeah. And just make it make sense. I find it so ironic how the people who have left the sort of corporate lifestyle have actually ended up becoming very efficient. I mean, it's really right. It's like, I mean, we're using AI. We're on that AI game, right? Yeah, for real. What are some of the ways you're using AI? Oh, now we're gonna get into the secrets. But you know what? You don't need to give away any secret sauce, but just, you know, at a high level, you know, how is it that you are able to like run an operation? Yeah. And you got some tools that can help you. Yes. Okay, so I always try to reverse engineer my issues. Okay. Because if I feel like, all right, we're spending too much time in one area, let's just put it all out there. Like, what are we doing, and what can we not do or do more of to just nip it in the bud? Right. So for me, AI has literally like revolutionized like how I freaking do it all. So I will say that we're launching an app soon, and outside of development, right? Because we didn't use AI to actually build the app itself. We have a human doing that. Right. But in terms of like the features and like the aspects, we're using AI. So for example, there's a lot of my voice involved. We're using 11 labs. Instead of me going to a recording studio and spending like thousands of dollars and hours, right, in there, doing whatever, re-recording, blah, 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 I've uploaded a sample of my voice into 11 labs, and it completely reads every single script I upload into it, And voila, we have all of our stuff, right? So that's one way. Another way is definitely if I am doing a meeting with my project manager, we make sure we use AI to transcribe, bulletize meeting minutes and things like that, so that nobody's sitting down having to do all that.
To write notes.
For our social media, I know I shared with you, we're using Opus Clips.
Yeah.
To
fantastic.
It's hello, we ain't gotta be in CapCut. Listen, y'all ain't gotta even be in CapCut if you want to, okay?
We're not spending hours editing. Yeah.
No, because come on, that's not cool. And you can get so wrapped up into that, man. And you look up and it's like, wow, I spent 6 hours in this app doing that. So we use Opus Clips to just pretty much, it uses its artificial intelligence to find a starting point and stopping point of like an interview like this.
Yeah.
It puts the captions on it, your watermark, and boom, you can post it. It'll even post for you to YouTube and to TikTok.
Fantastic. Honestly, you have saved me some time, a lot of time. So people also know Tulum for the turn up and also the spiritual side of things.
The turn up. Listen, go on.
So where do you guys sit? Like, it's different when you're out here and you're not on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're not on
really
vacation,
different.
so it's not really like you're trying to find a party every time.
No.
But do you partake of any of the, there's a lot of health and wellness, spiritual stuff here. Have you?
Yes. The answer is yes, on both sides, right?
Okay.
Now, let me say this to the people. Anybody who's like, oh, do I want to, do I want to come to Tulum? How do I want to? Because you're right, it's different than vacationing. Because your life is literally a vacation.
Right.
If you think about it,
Yeah.
But the thing is, Tulum has two sides to it. It has like this, you will get lost side, and then you will be found side. That's just the best I can put it.
I love that.
You can get lost or you can get found.
Right.
Right? So what we like to do is every so often we'll do like a taboo turn up.
Okay.
That's only if there's like a family member flying in.
Okay.
We pay all the money in the world for the table,
Right.
all the drinks, all the whatever. You're going to come off a bag. You're going to be around some interesting people.
Right.
Interesting things happening. It's like that.
But
okay. Then you have the side to where, I want to get closer to myself. Like, who am I? I need to heal some things. I need to do yoga. Let me heal my body, my mind, my spirit. We're more so on that spectrum.
Yeah.
And so there's so many different practitioners out here. I mean, if you wanted to do something every single day to heal your mind and become like present and grounded, Tulum has you on that. I mean, it's a beautiful place. And
you walked in this morning, you're like, I need some Reiki.
Yes, you feel me? Because again, remember earlier when I said like the air here, you can manifest.
Yeah.
And you know that we're manifesting all the time, no matter if it's good or it's bad.
Yeah.
Tulum will amplify that. So whatever is like within you, your dominant vibration, it's gonna come out.
Right.
So I'm like, look, I'm feeling pressed this week. Okay, my developer pissed me off.
Right.
I don't want to manifest any more of that. Let me get some Reiki and let's get some stuff going. You feel me? Put your hands on
Let's get
me.
recalibrated.
Right. So you guys, I'm telling you, like, this is if you just like, man, look, especially like if you're going through like a divorce or it's like a painful, something, you can really come here, have the fresh fruits, be around the beach, breathe the air, see the trees, and just feel like, okay, I'm
centered and figure out, okay, what's your next game plan?
I'm coming back to me. Or you can come out here and do, I don't know what rating this show is, but it's like, we can.
It's open. It's whatever.
It's open.
We adults.
Okay.
We free people.
Thing is, I mean, they got you if you want to snort a little something, if you want to smoke a little something, you want to shoot a little something. I mean, they got all kind of things out here. I mean, it's really, one time I was like, bro, people could really, I'm sure they're just wandering in the forest, the jungle. Because they have those psychedelics, you feel me? Like, you got your bofu, the frog juice thing, and I want to say no disrespect and nothing to anybody who does any of the things that I've listed, right? But I just know what I'm not able to do. Yeah. Because I will be one of those out there in the jungle.
Barefoot.
Wandering.
Wandering. calling for your ancestors.
Calling, like, just tongue tucking and shit. Because you know what it's like. Bruh. So, I just need to keep my feet on the ground.
Right.
Go to
you
holistic.
trying,
Yeah.
You on another, you trying to like legacy build here. Okay.
But there's some things out here.
Yes, there are.
You guys, if you were just thinking to yourself like, okay, how can I just completely check out?
Mm-hmm.
I want to check out. You can do that here.
That's
they got
true.
you covered. It's cool.
So let's deal with some stereotypes.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
I'm always getting people texting me stuff. Something happened in Mexico. Are you safe? Are you safe?
Oh Lord, yeah.
I mean, so let's talk to those folks who are always asking, you know, is Mexico safe? Are you safe in Tulum?
What I will say is this: when I go to Chedraui, the grocery store, guys, it's like the top chain grocery store out here,
right?
Okay? Or when I go to the the juice man stand, it's nowhere in my mind that I'm gonna get shot.
Right.
When that by itself is just because I'm from Texas, bro. That's like open carry, no license. Like if I'm having a bad day and I want to light it up, I'ma light it up, right? And when I'm out here, I know I can sit inside of here with you, and then there's no everybody get on the ground, you know, type thing. So yeah, the Mexico got cartels, guys. All right, just like the movie. Okay, Breaking Bad. All right, let's just be real. Like it's here, it's everywhere. We know we got the thugs in the hood in the
if
U.S.
you're looking for it, you can find.
You're gonna find it. This is it. This is, and remember when I said if you whatever's in your energy field, you're gonna manifest. So you're fine. One thing that I did learn, I meant to tell you this. I met a guy, Mexican, Mexico City, and he told me that the cartel has an agreement with the government to leave tourists alone because Mexico thrives off of tourism.
Right.
So there's no targets on our backs.
Right.
You know, here. It's really not. Are there certain places that you should not go?
Right.
Right?
Probably, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Anywhere else, yeah.
But you are, I feel safer here than I do in Houston, Texas. Like I can, you know, it's in my mind really when I go to HEB or the aquarium that somebody could literally come in here and set it off.
Right.
Here in Mexico, I don't have that same thought process.
Yeah.
I really don't.
So let's just talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Like, as a Black, open lesbian.
Okay, this is it.
How do you feel? Like, how have your experiences been here in Mexico? Have you encountered any racism? Have you?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like,
just what it is.
The way so I'm obviously when you look at me, you're like, she likes girls, she likes women. The Mexicans here, like just because you Black, they're gonna look at you anyway. They look. Yeah. They look a little longer at me and my girlfriend walking down the street. And then they're like, all right, whatever. I haven't encountered any, you know, we don't want you in here and you're not good enough. I haven't experienced that. Yeah. Now, I think they do. We just have to keep it a buck. I do think that they, especially the taxi drivers, they be charging the white foreigners a little higher than they charge the Black folks. That's just what I'm seeing. You know, a couple who got hit for $100 to go to the beach.
Yeah, they do. They do. I noticed. We don't get that. Well, you know, sometimes it's just the universe will just be equalizing things because I mean, in America we were used to being trailed, you know, in stores and things like that. I will tell you, I had a funny experience where I went to the Walmart in Playa del Carmen, and you know, there was this Caucasian family in front of me, and man, they had them open up their bags. What? They had, and then they just had had me pass by, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's a different world, you know. Like it's just a different world. Like they ain't checking for us.
Sure ain't.
They're not checking for us
Really
here.
not.
It's
you know, it's almost like, okay, so why is that? Do you look at us like, okay, we don't have the resources and they do, or they have more? But look, I'm telling you one thing about it. My focus is so on point. Like I choose what I focus on.
right.
And I just look at it as reparations at this juncture.
It is reparations.
You charge them 100 to go to the beach. I get to bargain it down to 300 pesos or 400. I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah, and it might be
I'm not
just
gonna
maybe
do
we're
that.
just we've been adopted by Mexico.
True.
We've been adopted.
True.
And yeah, so sometimes this
I mean,
that's just maybe the universe is just equalizing things a little bit. That's all.
Leveling it
That's
on
all.
out.
It's interesting.
That is interesting.
But let's talk about Tulum and the cost of living, because it ain't. I mean, it ain't.
wait.
We don't want to make people feel like they can just come here and live, cheaply, because it's not cheap.
No, this is the most expensive city in the whole of Mexico.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come here, this is my thing, like, for the Yoli. Okay.
Keep it real.
If we like, oh, I'm going to come to Tulum and escape the Matrix, and we don't have a consistent flow of pesos, I don't care if it's the euro or USD,
Something. Funds.
then it's going to be very uncomfortable. I told you the other day, it's
Yeah.
too hot to be broke.
Yeah.
It really is. So there needs to be a certain level of just security before making the move here. You can get a nice, if you're like solo, you can get a nice studio. Right now in low season, I'm seeing them as low as like 9,000 pesos, 10,000. But you want to take a look at, okay, how am I living and where am I living? Are the locals with certain things happening next to me?
Yeah.
Or am I putting myself in an environment that I feel safe?
Yeah.
I see more people that look like myself. That's really important.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to come off a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right. So this is, I wouldn't, I mean, me personally, if I wanted to escape the Matrix, I don't think I would come to Tulum to escape the Matrix. I would maybe do a Thailand, Vietnam, where my rent could be $200, $300 a month.
Yeah.
Not somewhere where I, and then food, the cost of food here, like Shadrawi, bro.
Yeah.
I'm at Tom Thumb. We at Tom Thumb. It's giving Target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so not to deter
Tulum
anyone.
has gotten extra. It's gotten extra.
It's a Tulum tax as well, because they done caught on that people want to come here because it is magical and it's trendy.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay a Tulum tax.
Yeah.
To be here.
For sure.
For sure.
So, for those who are like, I'm still coming.
Yep.
Let's give them a few shout outs to some of your favorite spots.
Oh, this is so special. Oh my goodness. I could literally cry. Like, I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, so my very first shout out has to go to you. Oh, I'm gonna start.
Oh wait, that's not what I meant.
Well, I know, but it's just what it is. So, damn, it can be challenging being black and traveling. It really can be. And what you've done is just make me feel like I got somewhere and I'm gonna be all right. Like if I'm thirsty, I'm gonna be all right. If I'm sad, I'm gonna be all right. If I just need a place to sit and think, the clubhouse has been that for me. It's really just it's been that for me. So number one, coming here, this will be my first stop to get connected with people, other black expats, black businesses, to feel like you got a warm, hug and blanket if you need it. That's just number one.
I'll hug you.
No cap. Number two, because I'm from the South, I'm from Texas. Grew up in Louisiana, but my roots are in Texas. If you want some barbecue, definitely hit up Smokey O's.
Yes.
The brisket, the ribs, the coleslaw, potato salad. I mean, it's just completely, it's given. Okay.
Yeah.
Where else? Amansala is one of my favorite beach clubs.
Nice.
Because of just how chill and flow. Like Taboo, you will go and get lost.
Yeah.
That's like if you want that ultra turn up, you got a couple stacks, you want to just
blow away.
Just blow away. Okay. That's cool for that. But
Yeah.
Amansala is that place where you can go read the book, have nice juices and just be by the freaking water and be cool.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, man, I don't want to like leave out some cool people. It's a lady who got some what do you call them things, like churros. It's a churro lady in Central. Don't know where she's at, I'm really sorry, but if you just drive around and you see like little stands, just hit up one of the people, man. The churros are on point.
Churros,
they straight for real. Let me see.
Have you guys done any? So who does your hair? Where'd you get your hair done?
Yo, okay, so this particular dude came from I went to Playa for it. So one thing I will say, y'all, about Tulum is that your services, it's not like an abundance of like services, like barber, nail. They have it here, but like in Playa, you can get your nails, you can get your wax, you can get your fade, you can get locks, you can get braid. I mean, and they got like actual like salon suites, right? But these Kairos, Kairos, barber and braids in Playa did this. They're right by the beach. We have a wax lady. Shout out to Jessie. I definitely chickened out yesterday. I was not doing the full Brazil, but we got the arms done. She hooks my girl up. Beautiful service. She comes to your house. She does the nails, feet, hair areas. You know what I mean? She's great. So shout out to her. And Holistica, baby. The breath work class, it's a class, I don't know if it's called breath work or whatever, but one day, nervous system reset. Girl, my nerves were so bad one day. I just literally stopped what I was doing and walked to Holistica. Paid for the class and sat there and breathed. And it was just amazing. So
I gotta try that.
Yeah, Holistica has some great, it's a bit commercialized, but it's a beautiful grounds. They have a restaurant. They have a juice bar. They have Temescal. Is that how you say it? So many other healing modalities, yoga, ancestral sound healing. We've done that together as a couple, and it was just beautiful.
That sounds lovely.
But you know what? It's so much that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I know you have like a QR code that has a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah.
You know so many people that do so many things. So
I've been, flagging all the best services, the folks that are good to us, the folks that make us feel comfortable, and are affordable and give good values. So
that's good.
Well, Jasmine, I know we're going to be talking again, especially when you are ready to launch to the world. But thank you so much for sharing your Tulum journey.
It was so amazing just to think about it and tell the story. So I appreciate the chance.
Yeah.
To tell it. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.